Good morning, loves. You're with me getting coffee this morning, and we're going to be talking about. I'm going to get right into this because I have a response to one of our viewers that I want to thank for their comment. You know, I'm not trying to engage with the viewers also, as well as just having the content because I really appreciate that you're here. And so Bunny Love 1340 says, this woman thinks she is original, but she isn't. I love when they put that the guy shouldn't be killed or I love when they put that the guy shouldn't be killed and in the same sentence say but. Man's name is not Eric, it's Brian Thompson. So first of all, I want to thank you for that comment. I went back and reviewed the video, and it appears I called him Eric Thompson in the last video that I made in part 1. This is part 2, so I will link part 1 down in the. I will link it at the end for you if you want to watch. So yes, his name is Brian Thompson, and that was my error. That was my error that I think I misspoke. Don't know why. Doesn't matter why. I misspoke, and his name is Brian Thompson, so he should be properly addressed. And so I want to make sure that I make that correction here. So thank you, Bunny Love 1340 for that. So now the second part of this, I'm going to address her statement. I think it's a her. I don't know, her or his statement in 3 parts. So that was the first part. I just want to make sure that I have the correction because his name should properly be spoken. So it's Brian Thompson. It's not Eric Thompson. And I made a mistake. Second of all, I love it when they put that the guy shouldn't be shot or killed and then in the same sentence say but. Listen, my butt stands in as far as what I have to say because this man, the CEO, knew that his job was a risk cost analysis because he had security. The insurance company knew that this man's job was a risk cost analysis because they hired the security. And when I said but in my last video, my but was only to say that how about all the members of the insurance company who are paying premiums, who are dying because they are being denied care by the insurance company, and that decision is a high-level decision that goes up to that CEO, CFO, whatever, chief financial, because they're doing risk cost analysis for what? To save and make money. Now, I don't condone anyone committing such a behavior. Never, ever, ever. And Bunny Love, I want to make sure I say I address you correctly. I think it's, let me look here, Bunny Love 1340. It's my wish for you that you never have to be in the position where you are or a family member is denied care. Or even that you have a family member that works and is at a high level position that is at risk. Listen, I worked and I work in the medical industry. I don't work insurance anymore. I used to work for a company, not particularly an insurance company, but I worked for a cancer treatment center where I did pre-auths. So I know the look of people who are denied care. So as far as to say how I am, maybe you don't think I'm original, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. But let me tell you that as a registered nurse who has done pre-authorization in that type of environment and who has done pre-authorization in home health care, watching your patients be denied their care is not fun. And how do you think the doctors feel? They can't provide care because they're being rushed in and out in 2 to 3 minutes to see a patient because they got to see 60 patients in a day. Does the doctor have time to follow up on pre-authorizations that have not been met? And I'm gonna be playing a video for you at the end, so stay tuned and stay with me. But as far as, the response from Bunny Love 1340, yeah, I may not be original because this topic is not original. Like I said, this has been going on for way too long. And my only hope could be that you never encounter a time in your life where you or a family member is denied very much needed care, because no one should be. And the other part of this is that I hope that you don't have a CEO, a family member that's a CEO that has to make these types of decisions where they do a risk-cost analysis to take a higher paying decision so that they can feed their family, knowing that they may be in harm's way. Because they don't give you security for no reason. The President of the United States is not surrounded by security for no reason. Just like the CEOs. And although I made a mistake with his name, it wouldn't matter what his name is. Really, that wasn't the point. The point wasn't his name. The point was the decisions that they are led to make. It was the position, the decision, and the denial of care. If you're a woman, I even support you even more, Bunny Love 1340, to go out and make your own video on this topic and be more original, because we're all here. I am here on this channel just doing my best and addressing some concerns that affect us all women as we try to better our health, live a better life. And it's really hard to do that when your care is being denied, when you have family members when you're in your 40s and 50s and you have family members that are ill, that you're responsible for taking care of, and their care is being denied. To save the insurance companies money. And, it's really sad because this man, Brian Thompson, is only one CEO of one healthcare company. There are many healthcare companies out there and many CEOs out there that are at the same risk, that are running around with security and making some of these same decisions. So United HealthCare is only one company out there. I'm not going to name the others because, like I said, I don't condone this type of behavior. How do you think those other CEOs are feeling right now? These insurance companies have probably had to double down on security. What this man did is not condoned at all. I don't condone it. But if it wasn't part of the insurance company's risk cost analysis, he would never need security in the first place. That's not my doing. So again, my but in my statements, as you heard me say, like as you said, that I said that, I say that he shouldn't be shot and then use but in the same sentence. I'd like to know, Bunny Love 1340, what your opinion is about the patients that are being denied care, that are maybe they have lost or are losing their lives because of the care they did not receive. That's my point. That's my interest. As a registered nurse, my duty is to my patients. As a physician, a doctor, their duty is to their patient. It's part of their Hippocratic oath. What is the duty of the insurance company again? Again, risk cost analysis. I don't know what the answer is. I just pray for reform, that when we talk about this, that we can enlighten people, maybe help people with the pre-authorization process, help them understand that when their claims are denied, that this is being denied not by a person, it's being denied by AI, artificial intelligence. They may have to be diligent and make many phone calls and contact patient advocates to get their claims approved. Should someone have to jump through hoops to get their claims approved in this way, in this manner, after they've already paid for the insurance and they think they have coverage, and then come to find out the insurance company is not covering it, or they are supposedly, it looks like they're going to pay for it, so they have procedures done, and then after they've gone through, had procedures that are worth thousands of dollars, and then their claims are denied? Or in many cases, their claims are denied to their detriment until they're sick enough that they don't qualify for the care. They no longer qualify for certain treatments, leading to their demise. That's all I'm saying. That was the important part of part 1. And that's the important part of part 2. As I'm preparing for these videos, as I prepared for this, I was shocked to see, by the way, Bunny Love 1340, how many people said they didn't care. They didn't care. That a lot of people don't care that this happened to him. I do care, because I'm in the healthcare industry. I'm in the business of saving lives. I'm in the business of seeing people get better. So anyone's life, whether it's the CEO or it's my patient, anyone's life that's cut short, at the hands of somebody else, I will not condone. Whether it's at the hands of a disgruntled patient, or it's at the hands of a greedy insurance company. So anyway, you guys drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think maybe the solution is. And Bunny Love 1340, I would love to hear what your solution is to the problem that's occurring. And if you maybe have had any experiences in the healthcare, with the healthcare, similar experiences with the healthcare industry, where you've been denied care You know what? I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're too young. Maybe you're not there yet. But the older you get, the sicker you get. And this channel is for women, you know, after 40, right? This is an after 40 channel. So the older you get, the sicker you tend to get to be, the more illnesses that tend to come up, and the more chances you have of being denied care. Is that fair when we are the ones that are working the majority of the jobs and paying the majority of the health care in the United States? Think about that. And I'll see you in the next one. Watch part 1. And yes, I did make a mistake. His name is Brian Thompson. My condolences to his family.
The CEO guy from United HealthCare. And there's a couple things I got to say before I start. And the first is that I don't condone violence, okay? So murdering somebody, that's not the way to go. It's not right. It's wrong. It's bad, okay? And here's where I'm probably making a mistake doing this, but it is what it is, and I don't care. I used to work for United HealthCare. It's been over 10 years. When I started, it was actually MAMSI, Mid-Atlantic Medical Systems Incorporated, something like that. And they were purchased by United HealthCare. And I started out in customer service, in provider services, taking calls from doctors' offices about their claims and benefits, etc., for their patients. And eventually I moved up the corporate ladder to a supervisor in the call center. And like I said, I was there for 13 years, and my experience there was not good, but I did expect to retire from that company when I started working there. So if things had gone the way I had planned, I would actually still be working there. I also have people who are still working for that company, so please don't just go to the buildings that have United HealthCare on them and decide to do random or planned acts of violence, especially in the areas where I used to live or areas that I reported to as I go along. So, because there are still people that work there that I care about, okay? So it's not the people, it's the company that I have a problem with. And I know it's run by people, but I was on the bottom end of that ladder, okay? I was not way up here. Start my story. Yes, I worked for MAMSI, and MAMSI was acquired by United HealthCare. And at the time that they acquired it, in that year prior, they had expanded their territory to North and South Carolina. And MAMSI is basically an HMO, but they did offer PPO policies. And so we bought in, or required, or whatever the technical term is, I don't know what it is anymore, I don't remember, but we went into United Health, we went into North and South Carolina, and then United HealthCare acquired us. So we sold all these policies to people with HMOs, and what they miraculously did was pulled the network of providers out of the area. So I sold all these policies, and people could not get in-network doctors, which means they had to use their PPO benefits, which if you know anything about it, the PPO benefit is never as good as the HMO benefit. And I started getting calls about this and what are they supposed to do? Well, the closest providers that they could go to that were in-network were in Virginia. Now, that's a long drive if you live in South Carolina, right? Especially if you live like on the South Carolina-Georgia border. You're talking 2 states away. Hours to drive to a doctor. And it was really embarrassing. Like, they could have made provisions for that. My personal feeling is they could have made provisions for that. They could have somehow worked it so that you could go to a United HealthCare doctor. This is my opinion, okay? They could have used United HealthCare doctors, but they didn't. So that was my first really bad experience. But prior to that,